Welcome to Inside the Other Dimension with Damon, Penny, and Ben Winfield. We take you further down the paranormal rabbit hole, looking deeper into strange happenings in the dark. We explore why the paranormal is such a mystery, and we package it all up for the truth. Odds. Sit back, relax, and get weird. Only on Inside the Other Dimension.
And I don't know how long I can hold that for. And welcome along to Inside the Other Dimension. We're back.
I've missed that intro.
Yeah, man, it's such a banger. Welcome to Inside the Other Dimension. This is the pre-show before the big show tonight. Our brand new start 7 to 8 p.m. on Pulse Talk Radio. I'm your host, Damon Penny, aka the Paranormal Viking, aka the Demonologist UK, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Ben Winfield, aka the Dark Lord, aka Frodo from Lord of the Rings. Welcome along, Ben. Your sister put me up to that.
He is in no relation to Fred Batt.
No relation whatsoever.
And I have no connection to the Warrens. So anyone wants to insult my work anymore by saying that I am just under the Warrens with my demonology, I will slap. In fact,
nothing
no.
Like behind the scenes, man.
I can get away with swearing backstage, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. The next person that refers to me as being just underneath the Warrens, I will personally ride down to you, bitch slap you with your own tongue whilst kicking your ass left, right, and centre.
And you heard.
And as Lou said, you tell him.
Yeah, you do tell him. You vent before we get onto the main show. You definitely vent it out.
I'm gonna vent. Mic's down, the pen's down. That's it. I'm venting.
Mic drop that. So yeah.
That was the small voice of the little one.
I was it. I don't know. I thought I died and gone to Valhalla. I thought it was a Valkyrie.
For saying the little one wasn't really bothered about that sort of stuff when I first started. She now runs around saying that she's an imp, and she's a crazy imp.
What?
You call yourself an imp, don't you? She runs the imp. Sorry.
Oh, she's like an imp queen.
Yeah, she's the demon in charge. She's been watching a show called Hell of a Boss. She's the one in charge.
I like it. Taking charge. I like it. Not just any old imp. The imp queen. Legend.
The imp queen.
Well, on that bombshell, welcome along to Inside the Other Dimension. We're back. I can't believe we're back. This is behind the scenes. This is for all the Patreoners out there. If you're logged in, welcome along. Yeah, we got a lot of exciting things coming up. This is like the pre-show. We're going to try and keep this going. We were going to do a pre-show before the main show. So yeah, like we've got a lot going on. We got some things that have changed. I know we haven't been live. I think Patreon's been about 4 weeks. I'm not even sure.
I know. I've thrown the odd thing up for the Patreons. They've been sort of watching me bits and bobs with research and the odd bit of information.
Turning off the light to the stairs.
That's how you know it's backstage.
That's how you know it's backstage. Definitely. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's been changing behind the backgrounds. There's been a lot going on. I'm like fully Viking now, officially. I'm a Norseman. I will be joining my fallen Valkyrie at the Aesir with Odin in Valhalla before Ragnarok. Hopefully, I'm one of the picked. One of the I can't remember what they call them. What do they call the ones that are picked to fight the Nephilim before Ragnarok? What are they called?
Dude, I do reenactment. I'm not Norse by religion.
I am. I am fully Norse by religion now. I'm officially Norse. So I just thought, you know what? I've got the haircut. I may as well go with it.
You just need weaponry next.
I've got that. That's all it. I have a hacks.
Yeah.
And you know what? This is God's honest truth, mate. I've booked up lessons booked up Viking combat lessons.
This, for the guys on Patreon, I'm going to record this. I'm going to see how long Damon actually starts practicing to fight with the sword and axe, and then I'll do him a fight.
I'm up for that. I'll come to one of your reenactments and I will literally be like Ivor the Boneless.
Yeah,
as in I'll be crawling
he'll run
along
away.
Ivor the Spineless. Oh mate, yeah, no, I've booked up Norse combat lessons, Viking combat lessons. I'm taking this extremely seriously.
Who you book them with?
A friend of mine knows someone who does one-on-one lessons. He does all sort of combat lessons. He's a karma grass specialist, but he's also a specialist with weaponry. He's going to teach me how to use a Viking axe, how to use a Viking broadsword, how to defend with a shield. Yeah, I think it's called a Viking. But I don't know what the exact name for it's called.
Don't have a broadsword.
I think because it's got a Norse name. I've read it, but I can't remember what it's called.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll come down once I've had a few lessons. Once I'm a little bit confident, I'll come down to reenactment. I'll show you boys how it's done. You'll all turn up with your axes and your swords, and I'll have a set of nunchuckers and be like, "Whoa!" Giving it large with me sticks on a chain.
You're right, flail.
Yeah. No, like, I've been reading, man. Norse mythology it's really close to what I believe, so that's why I've sort of changed over.
You have to remember, like, one of the best when it comes, obviously, talking about Norse mythology. One of the best things that I ever found out was I'll have to find the date out. They're terrible with dates. We all know this. The church sent over a missionary to Iceland.
Yes.
See
why
the Vikings were there.
Yeah,
and said to him, "Look, you either convert to said it's either."
Oh, I think your internet's going funny, Benbow. Mine seems to be working fine. I don't know what's going on there. Right, so bear with us. I knew it was going to happen. There we go. He's back. What'd you do? You got a phone call, didn't you?
God knows. January, don't know.
Yeah, you were saying about the missionary they sent over to Iceland.
Yeah, they sent a missionary over to Iceland and basically said, either convert to Christianity or we will send an army to attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so for a while, I think it was a space of a month, they all sat and delegated and spoke about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then one chieftain stepped up and come up with the most brilliant idea I've ever heard.
Right, go for
he
it.
said, why don't we just tell them, because they're not going to be stupid enough to come out here because it's too cold to check.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. They basically said, yeah, we've become Christian, and no one ever went out and checked.
Yeah, well, the thing was, there's an extra bit to that story, because I read that story. It was during the time of I can't remember his name. He was the first king of England, for England, because at the time he was only the king of Wessex and Mercia.
Oh, Alfred the Great.
Alfred the Great, that's it. It was during his time they sent him over, and at the time, Eric the Dane, also known as Eric the Viking, was in a settlement in East Anglia, and he done that. He pretended to convert to Christianity and not be what they call a heathen or a pagan, and he got caught out. And let's just say the Vikings were not settled in England anymore after that point. I think he got hanged, drawn, and quartered and flogged. So,
yeah, there's quite a few stories of that happening where they just turned around and went, "Yeah, no one's going to be stupid enough to go out and check."
Yeah. But the first settling Vikings in England were actually Danish.
Yeah. But the word Viking's not actually. It's not actually what they are. They're either Nordic, Danes,
Swedish. They're from like all over the place. I mean, I don't know what's going on with your internet, but it keeps going funny, my friend.
I think it's just locked back on. That's all. There you are.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Wi-Fi's locked back on there.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's anyone that has that sort of what do they call it? Like Viking, like the Viking, the whole mythology storms from. It comes from the Germanics, didn't it? So it was all the Germanic stuff.
Yeah, you had when you go back to the age of like Rome and that, you had the Germanic tribes.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Germanic tribes, you have a tribe called the Helvetius.
Yeah,
they were a Germanic tribe. They were the first that the Romans came across, and the Romans battered them.
Yeah,
Let's be fair, that's what it is. But Germanica was the last sort of European tribal that way to fall to Rome.
Yeah, they didn't go any further, did they?
No, they went into I think the best one was the Tuscan forest in Germany, where they just got hammered.
Yeah.
The Roman legion just got battered, and that was it. That was the line drawn.
Yeah. Yeah. And it all sort of stems in, because if you look at a sort of revival of occultism in Germany in the late 1800s to the 1900s, the whole Watanism theme with Guido von List, he was naming German towns after Viking gods. They were using Nordic runes to read futures, and they even had Nordic runes. They used the Nordic runes to elect a leader for the Watanism head.
Yeah.
And they used Helena Blavatsky as well in with that. She was part of it, but people say with Blavatsky, she was sort of like being the master puppeteer, being the Geppetto of everything that was going on there, because she was pulling strings to get who she wanted to be head of this like sort of occult cult, where they were sort of going into that sort of Aryan race and all these sort of things. And this, people don't realize, like we look at the swastika nowadays and we automatically see something as racist, but that's because it was portrayed that way during the Second World War after what Hitler done and all the mass genocide and the war crimes that he committed. But before that, the swastika was actually a Nordic rune. I think it was the rune for easterly wind, or it was a rune for peace, or something weird like that.
It is the most well-known world diversing symbol. It appears in every religion, the symbol of peace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it goes without saying, every single religion has it.
Yeah. I mean, this is when me and Ben, when we talk about occultology, and we're behind the scenes now, so we can proper go into it. When we talk about occultology, it just means hidden language, hidden information. And then you've got the whole, what is it? There's two words that sound similar, and one is about knowledge within, and one's about knowledge without. I can't remember. Oh yeah, esoteric and esocentric. Esoteric is in knowledge from the inside. Esoteric is knowledge from the outside. And it all comes down to hidden knowledge. So I can't believe I remembered that. What the hell?
You're doing good, aren't you?
I had my Weetabix this morning, boy.
Calm off.
Talking of that, right, we're going to go complete change of subject. I watched this really cool documentary. So for all you Patreoners out there, right, who've got Amazon Prime, you need to watch this as well, because I don't know if you've watched it. It's called Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Yeah.
Fourth is abduction.
Yeah. Fifth is intelligent contact.
That was it.
Yeah. It's Dr. Stephen Greer. He runs these things called CC5 meets, where they use extremely powerful lasers to contact aliens in spacecraft. Because he goes into like this information. He talks about like during like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, up to like, like 2010s, it was all about denying the fact that aliens exist, denying the fact that UFOs were around. And he talks about now they've got to the point where they know so many people are believing in these aliens. They're sort of doing this whole, you've heard of Project Mockingbird, haven't you?
Yeah.
It was like the Central Intelligence, the intelligence agencies in America. They were controlling the information that was leaked out through the news and through social media and through like the internet to sort of control the thoughts of the American public, and maybe people say the world public. But what Stephen Greer is saying is now, since they've released that UFOs exist, they've changed that, the UAP phenomena. Their goal is to make it seem like they're a threat to humanity.
There was something wrote, and you're going to laugh because I know you always laugh when I mention this. There was something wrote in the Tablet of the Fallen about this sort of thing coming true.
Yeah, but
the
reason I laugh is because I think I think there's only about a handful, about 4 of you in the world that know what's written in the Tablet of the Fallen. So I can sit here and go, "Oh yeah, have you heard that story about the Smurfs?" And you go, "Yeah, it's written in the Tablet of the Fallen." I'm like, "What?"
We're supposed to be living right. Let me.
Put your glasses on.
Yeah. For those that have heard me mention the Tablet of the Fallen a lot of the time,
yeah,
we are currently living in what's known as the time of. We're just coming to the edge of the time of terror, which was said in the tablet that the world would see complete upheaval. There'd be a virus that would plague the world. There would be mass terrorism, which, if you think mass terrorism we've just come through, we're now in what was supposed to be the final stages of that age with.
Oh, hold that thought. My beautiful assistants have brought me up my dinner. Thank you, babes.
Bluebell kept eating all the pizza.
All right.
They've only got one of it.
Wicked. Thank you.
But
Thank you.
No, you want the other side?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
Make sure you tip your waitress.
A good one.
Yeah. Oh wow, pizza, nice. Yeah, go on, mate. You're saying about the Tablet of Fallen. I can't turn down pizza. I can't turn down pizza. I'm sorry. I'm starving.
We're supposed to be living in that period now where you're going to see more disasters. If you take into account all the firestorms that we've had, California, Australia, everywhere like that.
Yeah.
The next stage was supposed to be first contact. This is the next stage we're coming up to.
Oh, what, the contact with alien, or extraterrestrial or interdimensional beings?
Yeah. This is supposed to bring on the golden age of humanity for the next, I think it was 1,000 years.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, it's starting to roll more that way. But the ancient world's starting to come back as well, because that was a saying in the book that basically the fall of Christianity will come about at that end, bringing in the door of more people being connected to their spiritual sides, all this sort of stuff. And we're starting to see it more and more.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. We always talk about the circle.
Yeah.
Me and you have always brought up. I'm Joe. What? To be honest with you, I've never heard anybody else talk about it in the way that we do. We talk about the circle being like the infinite symbol, the symbol where everything goes in circles, you know, the balance of the universe. And the ancient ways are bound to return. I mean, more people.
Can I get some pizza?
I think they get pizza.
Well, Damon's just sorry to break you off there. Damon's just had pizza delivered to him.
I'll email you some.
Can I get that? Why not?
Okay. I'll just get pizza.
Yeah, basically all I get is that.
Just remember to tip your waitress, Ben.
I keep trying. She didn't do bad though. She come home to a full cup of tea, waiting for her on the side. So.
Oh, nice.
See, bonus points.
Oh, for all the listeners out there that are wondering who that voice is, this is Lou.
Yeah,
she's our part-time PA when she feels like it, and she works behind the scenes for us, and she does a lot.
Yeah. You don't pay me enough.
No, nowhere near. We're below minimum wage.
Yeah, we've not discussed wage yet. That's not in a contract, so.
Ben pays you in kindness. Leave it at that. But yeah, I mean, if you want to check Lou out, any guys want to go check Lou out, make sure you head over to Mystics Paranormal. They'll thank me for the extra plug once again. But yeah, Lou's going to be doing a show here on our actual show where we're going to be putting it up on our page and on our Patreon for you guys, where she's going to be explaining things about divination and all stuff like that. So
basically how you see dead people.
Yeah, she's going to go full Sixth Sense on you. She's going to be like, I see dead people.
This house is cleansed.
You are blessed, my child.
I've never seen a look of judgment so much off her at the minute.
I got a feeling when I turn up at your wedding, right? I got a feeling when I turn up at your wedding, that plank of wood's going to be up her dress, and she's going to cane me with it.
When it comes to a wedding, mate, I think you're going to get punched. I might be able to dodge it because she can't really punch me in the face or anything like that because she needs a wedding photo. So I'm going to just be safe.
Well, Lou, I've got a good thing. They always say on your wedding day, you've got to have something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. So if you give Ben a black eye, there's your blue thing.
I don't want to hurt Ben. I love Ben. Don't want to hurt him.
She needs me after the wedding.
Yeah, but Lou, I love him more.
No, him and Paul need to have the thumb up, don't they?
Yes.
I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe backstage they're watching me dribble pasta. What the hell?
Yeah. The thing with Patreon, it's like I've heard people talk about that actually watches on Patreon. So when you see us backstage, there's just so much we just ramble on about. People love it. You get the odd bit of knowledge, but we do just ramble on.
They do really love it. I mean, it's. I think it's nice that people can see us like sort of laid bare almost. Well, I'm wearing clothes, but laid bare sort of thing. Yeah.
Hey, you wanna do what you do? You do what you do.
I might do it in the buff if I get the confidence up. Yeah, I'll just wear my chain.
Here's one for the Patreons actually. Since we're back, and they can see this video, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I am going to be. I'm getting there with technology. I'm impressed with myself. I'm going to give him a sneaky peek.
Go on then.
So Ben's sneaky peek for this week.
I like that. That rhymes as well. He's a poet. He didn't even know it. What the hell?
Voila.
Oh, it's beautiful. What's that? That's a number seal, isn't it?
No, these are two Solomon seals. However, in the right calibration, I'm trying to figure out what the camera is and not pages. This is what's known as the summoning cell.
Right.
This one in particular opens up. Well, we all know about portals and stuff like that. You can find them in the middle of nowhere and like woods, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
This certain setup, when placed near them, and certain things are said, will actually open it up more. It sort of gives you control of that portal.
Oh, wicked!
The only thing you need other than this, is my favourite thing: quartz crystal.
I was going to go with sage. Sorry.
Not with sage, unless you're having unless you're summoning an abyssal chicken. Yeah, I'm sage ready.
Sage Rage Rampage, baby.
Mate, I'm getting that on a shirt.
We'll do it. I'll look into it. Sage Rage Rampage on a shirt. Yeah.
The other dimension, Sage Rage Rampage.
And the Patreoners, I'll tell you what, I'll even do it where if I can get sorted, I'll do you like a 50% discount as well.
God, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
We want a little like the other dimension logo on the front, and then hashtag Sage Rage Rampage on the back.
Right across the back. And when we go on investigations, we'll have to like go out with it on.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, this is a full setup. Obviously, with the quartz crystal. Obviously, you hear me talk about that when I'm wrapping around my tongue.
Yeah.
The calibrations that vibrates at is 485, I think.
Right.
Million vibrations a second.
Jesus.
It's not technically a solid.
No, that's more that's liquid close to gas state, isn't it?
That's beyond that. That's into the realm of quantum mechanics.
So vibrating to the point where you're not even sure if it exists.
Yeah. It's the one thing in the world that science-wise they question because it technically, when you look at it, technically shouldn't exist, but it exists. It's there. Like
crazy.
Quartz crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, I'm holding nothing when it comes to levels of atoms in quantum mechanics. Yeah, it's a solid. I can't crush it. So,
Wasn't there a famous scientist? I can't remember his name. No, he was a mathematician, and he was talking about quantum mechanics, and he said that when you bury a body, when you put it in a coffin, you close the coffin lid. Like, do you actually know if that person's alive or dead based on quantum mechanics?
yeah, Schrodinger.
Schroeder, that's it.
Yeah, I can never pronounce it. It's with his cat. Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Stop laughing at me.
It's not your cat. It's Schroeder's cat.
My ability to pronounce stuff is terrible.
That's not your fault, mate. It's just where you were brought up.
It's Northerners. We need to come with a dictionary and a translator.
Or just add the correct letters into the word so people can understand you.
That's too easy, man. Yeah. No.
Oh.
Right.
I heard a
Question.
challenge. Right,
Question for the Patreons, because I know they can leave comments.
Mm-hmm.
A saucepan.
Right.
Not saucepan. Saucer, even.
Mm-hmm.
You know the small plates?
Yeah.
If you put a slice of toast on that plate, does that saucer now become a plate?
Oh, I like that question.
See, I use a saucer as a multi-purpose plate. If there's toast on it, it's a toast plate.
I'll tell you what, just to save argument's sake, so you and Lou don't get into a domestic live on radio, we're going to call it a Swiss Army ceramic, okay?
Swiss Army ceramic.
No, it's true.
It's one of them questions like this next one nearly end up having I nearly got my head caved in for this.
Right.
This next one. This was in the middle of a clubhouse with one of the biker gangs, the Outlaws MC.
Right.
Got absolutely drunk with him one time. And just generally chit-chat and having a proper deep and meaningful conversation, which is brilliant with bikers. And I put a question to him that ended up being discussed for a good couple of hours before it ended up getting into a bit of a sticky situation.
Right.
Is soup is measured in grams, yet it's a liquid. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But ice cream is measured in liters, but it's a frozen solid.
Isn't it? It's
why?
A frozen liquid.
Yeah, but why? If it's measured, but soup's a liquid.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes a solid when you freeze it. So why would you measure ice cream in liquid and not soup in liquid? Surely soup should be measured in liters. Ice cream should be measured in.
It's one of them universal questions.
Yeah. And I tried this with 30 bikers and it ended up getting heated.
Only you would try that in the middle of a biker club. Would drive. Oh, God. Wow.
It was fun.
Mate, right. The ice cream one is quite easy to understand. I do believe it's measured in liters because they measure it out before they freeze it. So they measure it in a liquid state and turn it into a solid state. The soup one, got no idea whatsoever. No idea.
This is what I was trying. This is what I've always tried to get with people is when you do soup, you have like minestrone soup that's obviously got bits of spaghetti in.
Yeah.
So does that mean it wouldn't be weighed by because like spaghetti and that lot's weighed in grams when it's dry?
Yeah. Oh my God. Make sure you tune into the other dimensions where we answer the questions that you really need to think out.
Yeah. See,
Ah, is it grams though? Is it grams?
this is weighed in grams. Yeah, it's liquid.
And do they take the weight of the can into consideration as well?
I don't know because they have to match it because that's 400 grams. So probably they do have to match the weight of this.
Hmm. Oh, it's crazy. Joe, it's like the other question that people ask that has that universal answer that you don't know of. It's like, what is the correct way? Ice cream. It's ice cream.
This is error.
You've done.
So we're answering this question because Lou's got scale in there. This is an exclusive to the other dimension.
Is this because she believes a saucer is always a saucer and never a plate? Is that the reason, Lou?
Yeah, because it's got a small little area just for you to put your cup.
But if you cut the toast,
No, the
how much
liquid
is
in
it?
there is the 400 grams. You got your 57 grams extra for your tin weight.
Oh,
Yeah, but what about the label? Does the label weigh more?
wow, we're getting
Good
deep.
label often, honey.
Well, no, because then you won't have a clue what's in it.
Right on it.
We're getting deep into the soup conspiracy. Oh dear. Oh.
Watch next week as we try to unravel the grape.
Okay. Oh, we've inherited a new family member here at the other dimension. Number one, we have a pug called Lola.
We have a pug.
I've got a pug. Yeah, I've got a pug called Lola.
Is that what you're rubbing now, or is that something else?
That's I'm no, I'm not even going to go there. Let's just say if I was in the buff now, it'd be very suspicious.
God, it's good being back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's nice. It's nice. But it's we're talking about like these universal questions. There's loads of them, isn't there? Like what is the correct way to eat a cream egg?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the other one? Yeah, that's one I saw earlier. You cannot possibly imagine a new color.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. And there's another one. Joe, Lego men. Lego buildings are made out of Lego men's flesh. Deep. Proper deep.
Getting in some proper deep ones here.
Yeah. You can see what I do. I spend most of my time doing during the day. Is
I've got one, and I used to ask this when I used to do lectures just to get everyone thinking. What do you think was going through, whether it was a man or a woman's mind, when they thought, I'm going to go up to that creature, I'm going to pull on its tip, and I'm going to drink the white stuff that comes out?
that is one of the biggest universal questions. Have you ever gone to eat something or drink something? You thought, how did they manage to know that does that? It's like vegetables as well. Like, how did they go? I'm going to boil that and see what it tastes like. You know what I mean? It's just, you heard it first here on Inside the Other Dimension. The universal questions that no one knows the answer. Who was the first person to milk a cow and realize that the white stuff tastes okay?
I've got one for you, and I asked this a few people as well.
Mm-hmm.
Where do pineapples grow?
Oh. See, now you can go with a scientific answer. Now, pineapples contain seeds on the inside and on the outside of the thing. So technically, they would grow on trees.
Wrong.
Right. So they obviously they don't grow in the ground, do they? Surely not.
They grow on the ground. They're actually a bush fruit. They actually are upside down.
Oh, right. Okay. It's like people tell me a tomato is a fruit.
Yes, tomato is a fruit, technically.
Yeah, because the seeds are on the inside, and that's what differs a difference between a fruit and a vegetable, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What colour's a coconut?
Well, it depends on what way you look at it.
You just don't want to fall in this hole, do you?
They're green, and then they go brown, and then they go white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a conker. They're in the same family as a conker. They're just really big conkers. Soon they'll have like coconut breaking championships. I'm telling you, it's going to happen.
This is where all my money and all them years getting a PhD went into answering these questions.
I just like the fact that the patrons are going to go on and see the post and be like, oh, wow, they're talking about occult and supernatural. And they're going to come on and be going, a tomato is a fruit? What the hell? Who was the first person to milk a cow? What the hell?
These are just general questions. Like if you want to bring it back to demonology and stuff like that, you look back at the beginning of religions. Who was the first person to stand there and go, well, that's an evil spirit, that's a good one? That's like saying that dog's good because it is, I don't know, sitting there looking stupid, and that's a bad one because it's chasing after its tail.
Yeah. No, I get that. Someone's got it's like it's the age-old story, in it. Like all stories and all these sort of like myths and legends, they all had to start from somewhere for it to be sort of true, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you bring it back to, it's like when you turn around and said to me,
do you
remember on the first show, right? On the first show, you asked me how much does the soul weigh, and I went away and I was trying to Google it because you've done your carrot on your stick stuff that you like to do, right? And I come on and I was like, I have no idea. And you said that scientists actually measured the weight of somebody when they were alive, and they measured the weight of them when they was dead, and they deducted it, and that's what they got for the weight of the soul, because the soul had left the body. And it was something like 27 grams
21.6 grams.
That's it. See,
that's how much the soul weighs. That's how much your body loses.
It's crazy, isn't it? It is crazy, but a lot of that could be gas. You know.
But that
you do.
That's they tried it on multiple people, like fresh people that had just died. This was during the 1800s, so this was normal.
Right.
Different people, different sexes, different sizes, and the same result was everything. It was 21.6 grams is what you lose when your body dies.
That's crazy, because you think about it, everyone weighs different. Everyone's unique in their own way. So you think their souls would weigh in unique weights, but they don't. They're exactly the same. So it just shows, like, when people preach, you know, everyone's the same on the inside, it is true.
Yeah.
100%.
There was no difference either between whether you're a churchgoer or not a churchgoer. It didn't count. Just literally, we're all the same.
It's crazy. It's proper crazy. You don't think of things like this. You don't think of these things, do we? Like
the occasional smirky comment. She's got grump on because she's got to do the dishes.
Right. Are you doing the dishes or are you doing the saucers? That's the question, Lou. That is the question.
Have you done the toast plate?
Is it? What? Also, right, just to throw it out there before we go live on Thingy, right? Ask Lou, what's the difference between a mug and a cup? Apart from size, they're exactly the same thing.
What's that? What's the difference between a mug and a pug?
And a cup. Because you can have a cup of tea.
Oh, what?
And you can have a mug of tea, can't you?
Yeah, the difference is, though, that's American and British.
What?
The difference between a mug and a cup.
Receptacles.
Oh, the different drinking receptacles.
Oh, so they're Swiss Army ceramics as well. Okay.
Yeah, so they're the same. Yeah, but...
Right, that is a cup. The cup goes on the saucer. We're classy. We have cup as well.
Oh, look at that cup. Look, it's on a plate.
Yeah, it's a saucer.
Yeah, it's a saucer. Now it's a mouse plate.
Yeah, there you go.
It doesn't fit neatly into the designated zone. That is a mug, bigger than a cup.
Yeah, but watch.
No, you can't put the mug in the saucer.
That's because you know it's going to fit the same.
No, it won't. It's not the same. It's smaller.
See?
No, it does not. It's smaller.
It fits.
No, it's got a smaller base circumference.
Yeah, but Lou, what you got to remember is, right, is I don't fit into normal receptacle society, so that doesn't make me not a human.
I just want to do a shout out, Rob. I know you watch this every so often, and I know New York is a crazy place, mate. I've been there, but this is a normal British conversation about cups of tea.
Yeah.
Well, generally you have your what it was originally was you have your tea in your cup, which is on its saucer, and you'd have your coffee in the mug. But now people are just going mug of tea. Whereas my grandma, she still insists on drinking tea out of a cup and saucer.
Yeah, but wasn't the saucer created? The saucer was created during Victoria times to stop spillages, and if your tea was too hot, you used to pour it into the saucer to drink from it.
No. That's just on Last of the Summer Wine.
now you're revealing all my secrets of what I watch when I'm on my own. Thanks, Lou.
It's a good show.
No, wrong with the last.
Your saucer, you can also.
She's on one now.
Right. You can also use it to hold things like biscuits.
Yeah,
so you don't have to have extras. No, because the biscuits fit on the edge around the tea, so you can eat your biscuits.
So it's a biscuit plate.
No, biscuit plate.
No, you've got hands. Why would you need a saucer to hold a biscuit? You've got two hands.
Yeah, but you might not want to. Imagine how many biscuits. Right, you go up to the biscuit barrel. You want a few biscuits. So you load your saucer up around the edge with your biscuits. And then you don't have to keep going back to the biscuit barrel. You can wander around the house or go and sit down wherever you like, away from the main biscuit zone, because you've got biscuits there.
What happens when you put your cup and your biscuit slide? Then it no longer a saucer because there's no cup to put down. So then it's a biscuit plate.
Well, no, you still got your cup. You just knock them out of the way.
Yeah, but then you're holding your cup.
It's no issue.
Joe, what I'm going to be really bad. I'm going to fully disagree because no God respected English person eats the amount of biscuits that can fit on a saucer. It's either a packet or nothing at all.
Yeah, you can't get digestive biscuits on that or hobnobs.
No chance. No chance.
Yeah, you just don't.
What do you mean you can? What, you having a contact lens full of tea? Really? God, the debates we have on here, I tell you.
What happens if you put cake on it though? Because sometimes I used to have cake on small plates.
Hold on, no, I'm going to go with Lou here. Yeah, if you cannot fit a digestive and a hobnob, on a saucer, you got no chance in fitting a cake on there.
No one ever. Since when do you dunk cake into your tea? What kind of barbarian are you?
One of the best.
Yeah.
Oh, to be fair, just on that note, you think I'm weird for using a saucer for cake? One of the lads at work dunks his toast into his tea.
Yeah, that's normal. That's pretty normal. It's like the new thing is dipping your McDonald's chips into your milkshake.
That's just wrong.
It's all right. I've tried it. It's not too bad.
Yeah, but you're Essex, so that you don't speak for the rest of the country. Yeah,
that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I didn't think of it in that way. We are very backwards in Essex, you know. Most of us are orange. And it's the land of the Yumpers.
It's the only place Donald Trump feels at home.
Yeah, exactly. There's another universal question that I need to ask. And for all you Donald Trump supporters out there, I'm not being nasty towards him, but I've always had this feeling, right, with Donald Trump. If I trod on his foot, would his hair lift up like one of them bees?
Mate, one of the oldest questions that's going to exist for the next 1,000 years, and no disrespect to anyone in America, but you will have to admit, for the next 1,000 years, when people look back into this period of history, they're going to wonder what the hell is going on with your country.
Yeah, 100%.
We've only got one idiot. You've had two idiots.
Yeah. But to be fair, at least their idiots were sort of normal. Ours looks like something from the Wizard of Oz that's going to find a brain. So. We're so getting banned on this one. We finally cracked it. We finally got the ban. Yes.
So what happened to the other dimension? Well,
We fact checked what you said, and no, Boris Johnson isn't a scarecrow.
I've got a fact checking for him just to get banned on my behalf.
Yep.
Fact checking how many invitations the Warrens got to do any cases outside of America.
I got into a big debate about this the other day with one of my friends at work, because he was adamant that the Warrens were invited to the Enfield haunting.
No,
that's what I said to him. There is no official record of the Warrens ever being at the Enfield poltergeist case. They
were never invited.
No, Maurice Gross never invited them.
Yeah, they turned up and were turned round.
Yeah. I think the diocese over were asking them to be consultants on the case, but Maurice turned around and said no. I think Maurice Green. I think, was it Maurice Gross? I can't remember which one it is.
Maurice Green that was in charge of that one.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, and he just like, no, I'm fine, thanks. I'm all good. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I mean, they did. If I'm right in saying they did do a lot of cases all over America, but most of them were concentrated in Connecticut, weren't they?
Yeah.
Hmm.
They didn't really. They were nowhere in Europe whatsoever. They were not invited to anything in Europe whatsoever. They literally existed just purely in America, and even that was saying sketchy. They only existed in, like you say, Connecticut. That was it. They didn't really extend beyond there. They weren't involved in any what we class as major cases at all.
Yeah. Me, I don't know. I think what the Warrens have done for the paranormal world, especially with the Conjuring universe that's come around, is amazing.
Yeah.
Their studying and their research, absolutely amazing. I would never take anything away from them, but in all seriousness, they were very much concentrated on American hauntings.
Yeah.
Which are, if you look at things, they're a lot younger. The America have a lot younger hauntings. They haven't been around for as long as like the British Isles, Europe, and places like that. So I think that they were limited on what they could investigate, but I think with what they investigated, done well.
They are what I always say. They were the most haunted of the demonology world.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yvette and Derek at his finest.
Yeah. That's literally the best way of putting it.
Yeah. I mean, because if you look at the history, we've got a couple of minutes, so we'll keep going. If you look at the history of Britain or of Europe and places like Africa and Asia, they've had civilizations for thousands and thousands of years before America was even discovered. Now we know we're taught by historical facts that Christopher Columbus discovered America, but now there is evidence to say that the Vikings were there before them.
There's also evidence to suggest they were trading with China on the other side.
Yeah,
way before that.
So it's one of them things. It depends on your viewpoint, where you stand with the conversation. Like we say to everybody, question everything and believe what you want to believe. I'm living proof of that. I'm converted to Viking and I've not looked back. Look at Ben. He chooses to look the way he does. You just got to stick with it.
I look the way I look because I like the way I look.
Oh, mate, me too. I might look like a bin bag, but I don't care.
Mate, this keeps my chin warm on the bike, so I don't really care.
100%. I wish I could grow one. This is 34 years of growth. Look at it. It looks like moss. You know what I mean? It's just a crazy one. But to all the Patreoners out there and all the guys that have been supporting us, I can't thank you enough, honestly, for sticking with us. We're going to get on this. There's going to be a lot of pre-shows. I'm going to do... I'm going out on investigations. They're only going to be for our Patreoners as well. As much as we're going to stream bits on Facebook, I'm going to do behind the scenes at these investigations for the Patreoners. Ben's got his lectures coming up next year ready. You Patreoners will get your very own lectures. We've also got the video that Lou does. I'm going to try and convince her by agreeing with her that saucers and plates are different. so that she'll do an extra show for the other dimension, for the Patreoners. There's so much coming. So tell a friend to tell a friend, yeah, to join up today. There's loads coming in the new year.
Got load, and I've got to try and figure out how to do posts onto this video wise. So I will, once I figure that out, you'll get bombarded.
Yeah, I'll talk you through it anyway in a minute. So we'll sort it out. But we've got to run because we've got to get ready for the show. So leave here, head
The
over
big
to
return.
Facebook, and we'll see you live in about 5-10 minutes on Pulse Talk Radio. Take care, everyone. It's bye from me and bye from
Catch you
Ben.
later.
See you soon.